It's time for the Personal Finance Corner, and today we're going to discuss FMPs and if they're going to be a good investment option in these times. Faye?
Well, Sandeep, in a market like this, FMPs seem like a really good deal because it's fundamentally like a fixed deposit from a mutual fund. You lock in a rate, you can't take your money out for a certain term, so there's no mark-to-market risk, there's no volatility that we see in all of the other investment options. Now, knowing this, mutual funds have launched about 26 new FMPs in the last few days. We're going to find out how to pick among these FMPs and how to choose the one that suits us best. So for that, we have to bring in Dhirendra Kumar, the CEO of Value Research, who joins us now to answer our questions. Dhirendra, very popular right now, FMPs. 26 fixed maturity plans are lined up with draft documents with SEBI. So for investors who have a fixed time horizon in mind, it seems like a good deal. But how do we choose among all of these FMPs? How do we know which one is the best one?
There's a very simple way of choosing FMPs. Of course, you don't have, unlike all other mutual funds, where you have some performance history, track record to choose from, FMPs don't have one. But you certainly have one thing, which is how these funds, the fund which is launching its FMP, how it has done in the past. And that is a piece of information which is available. Generally speaking, there is also a stated objective that what the FMP will do and what it will not do. What will be the exposure to corporate debt. That is the only riskier bit. So just keep an eye on the component of corporate debt and the track record of the fund company with its previous FMPs.
Well, Dhirendra, over the last few years, the average return on FMP has been in the range of 10 to 11%. Now, given the fact that this year is very different from the last few years, what are your expectations from FMPs right now? The ones that are open, if we put our money in, what can we expect as returns?
Currently, post-expense, I think many FMPs will be yielding return close to 10%. And FMPs, don't go by the history of FMP, how much return they have given, because it is entirely a function of when the FMP was launched and what was, because managing an FMP is a very, very straightforward thing. Fund companies launch an FMP, get the money, invest and forget about it, and buy only that bond which matches with the term of the fund. So all FMPs being launched today for a 1-year term will be yielding close to 10%, little more, little less.
All right, so 10% sounds like a good deal, but we must remember the fact that the tax treatment of FMPs are different from fixed deposit. That also makes them a little more attractive. In fact, we have a viewer query from Sachin who's written in. He's a fairly young viewer. He tells us he has 50,000 rupees at hand right now. He wants to put it away for the next 1 year. Should he use a fixed deposit or should he use an FMP, Dhirendra? Which one would be a better option for someone like him?
I would say that, FMPs look very attractive today. And if there is no possibility of he requiring the money in between, then he should go for FMP. If there is a small chance that he might need the money sometime in between, then he should go for fixed deposits, because FMPs you can't lay your hands on in between before the redemption. In case of fixed deposit, you can always have a premature encashment.